What's up, guys? This is going to be a video about benchmarks. So if you are in a strength sport, whether that's CrossFit, powerlifting, weightlifting, doesn't matter, this is going to be a good way to make sure that you are not over specializing in what you do and that you're still being a well-rounded strength athlete. So we've got 4 of these here. We've got farmer's carry, sandbag carry, back rack carry, and overhead carry. Each of these we've got a little bit of a ratio for your lift compared to the carry, and we want to try and get as close to that ratio as we can, keeping in mind that it's going to be a little bit different for each person. So for example, a powerlifter who's hyper specialized in deadlift is not necessarily going to be able to carry the exact ratio for the farmer's carry as a CrossFitter will, because they don't have as high to their potential of a 1 rep max deadlift as a powerlifter would. So I'll write those up right here. First one is going to be farmer's carry. We want to see 50% of your deadlift in each hand for 25 meters. All right, so this really applies to weightlifters and CrossFitters needing to get that number up higher. Powerlifters, you're going to have a hard time trying to get that to your actual 1 rep max deadlift, just because you're much better at the movement than the other 2 strength sports. So here that is farmer's carry. 50% deadlift, 25 meters. Ideally, you've got handles to try and practice that with. It's got one other benefit that will help you kind of push that is the bar is set at a higher height, so it's not going to be mid-shin, it'll be right around your knee. And that will allow you to actually start to push that number up a little bit closer to your deadlift. You don't have to pull the bar as far. All right. The next benchmark that we've got is sandbag carry. 50% of your deadlift for 50 meters. All right, so we want to see bear hug sandbag carry. Hold in front of you. That's 50 meters with no back pain. So a lot of people, when they first start doing this movement, it really they get some freak out signals going on in their lower back. What I found is that the more often that you do that, that starts to go away. All right, so 50% of your deadlift for 50 meters on the sandbag carry. All right, next benchmark is going to be the back rack yoke walk. So this one is a little bit tougher. If you don't have the equipment for it, you can try with a normal bar. You're just not going to get as much of the stability benefit as you would from a yoke. So with this one, we want to see 150% of your back squat max. All right, so if you can squat it, you should be able to quarter squat and walk with it. If you can't, then more than likely you've got some issues going on either in your abs or in your hips. All right. And the last one is going to be our overhead carry. So preferably we're doing the overhead carry with the yoke as well. With this, we want to see 100% of your snatch for a minimum. If you are a powerlifter or CrossFit, you may not have as well refined of a technique in the snatch, so with that you can go off your max shoulder to overhead in general. Now if you're a weightlifter, ideally we want to take that overhead carry up to about 100% of your max jerk. All right, if you can hold it overhead, you should be able to support it and walk with it. All right, so we're looking at 100% of snatch minimum. All right, guys, so like we talked about before, this is more of just a guideline. It's not if you can't do it, you suck. It's just something that is a good way to test maybe once or twice a year. And if you find that one of those has dropped, or maybe your deadlift has gone way up and your other benchmark strength movements haven't gone up with it, put a little bit more practice into those, and that'll help you try and stay a little bit more injury-free. All right, guys, I hope that helped. We've got videos for all these on our YouTube channel. I'll link them in here in the video. Go ahead and give that a try. Thanks, guys.